This is another day that God has given everyone, an opportunity just to be thankful and to be grateful. Listen, friends, I am so thankful, okay, just to wake up this morning in my right state of mindset, being able to move around and being able to know I have another opportunity to learn, to grow, and to evolve as well. I want my friends to know as you come into the room to greet one another, most of all, be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to others. And remember to continue to spread peace, light, and love and things. And I also want to tell my friends as well, listen, when I come here in the morning, I'm basically showing up, being the vessel that I am, staying encouraged as well, even as I am learning and evolving in this life that I live in this earthly realm. I want to get to this message this morning about learning from generations of cycles. And I want my friends to know that and learning from generational cycles, it's a process. It's really a process. It's a process to where about one we will learn. And when I say we, meaning you, if you identify with your own inner work, that you learn to where about you embrace the things that you can change and the things that you cannot change, you ask God to give you that particular wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that you can travel along in your spiritual journey. Generations of cycles, may come in different type of forms when you begin to understand, what is a continuous cycle that has been in the generation. In order to get even more information from generation of cycles, you have to get with someone that is possibly still living. And just say if you don't have anyone that is living to understand the family dynamics, then you would have to do your own inner work to ask the Holy Spirit, the divine source, to lead, to guide you, even if you still got family living. I'm only speaking from a spiritual point of view as I am talking about generation of cycles, because this is the area to whereabout I have been trained and schooled in as well, and therefore I am willing to give back now, to individuals that may want to hear some of the information that I am utilizing. I am being very transparent of how, it can work if you take the step and move forward. Also, I do understand with generation of cycles, just from learning from them, you have to be in a space to whereabout you can be accountable, because once that accountability come in, then you have room enough to grow. I also want to state about growing. It's okay if it feels like that, you think that it is difficult or it is hard when it comes to some generation of cycles. Some generation of cycles, you possibly will not be able to change it on your own. You would need the help of trained individuals that will be in your particular life that can lead and guide you. And even with that help, you're going to realize that certain things, you will not be able to change, but you keep the faith. How do you keep the faith when you understand about generation of cycles? This is where about you have to apply your purpose and your vision of the reason why you are here in this earthly realm. Once you identify that, and once you get the knowing, okay, of knowing you have a purpose-filled life, it will give you now the power to move forward and to grow and to love the fact that God have given you this assignment on this earthly realm, not to just disappoint you, but to basically to show you this is the reason why you showed up in life. Now, I know from my own life experience, and I am going to speak from my own life experience, certain things I cannot change. I just cannot. But I ask God to give me the courage, okay, to do what I need to do to live in this earthly realm. When the assignment has been appointed upon your particular life to deal, to overcome some obstacles. Be thankful if God have granted you the deliverance and the tools to work with and the helpers that is in your life. Let me take a moment by saying good morning, friends. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I thank you for coming in and showing up and things. Thank you. But certain things you will not be able to change. And the reason why you won't be able to change it, because it may not have anything to do with you. It may have something to do with someone else that you cannot change. But in the spiritual, journey, in the atmosphere, you keep the faith to keep you strong and to keep you strengthened. What about those generation of cycles that now you're understanding that you have the power to change them? Therefore, you have the capability now to acknowledge what you can change, and you by all means, or me by all means, should take advantage of the things that we can change in things. How to apply this to a spiritual journey led, and you feed upon those things that's positive. You believe in the higher power and good vibration, and the frequency of how your right alignment should align. Therefore, when you understand now about the generation of cycles, now you understand certain things that you won't even touch, because you know that it's not your particular work to do. But when it personally, is containing to you and everything, that's when you're going to use, okay, what what would be helpful for your life. The main thing that I learned is having patience and being present in the present of the right now, not yesterday or nor tomorrow that can come. You have to be in the present of the now to understand generation of cycles. Because remember, some individuals, like including myself, it probably took a minute to get to the awareness to understand that it was even a cycle, and even to understand what you can do about it. Some information, it may come at an earlier phase of understanding some things about, your purpose-filled journey, and that's in all phases of your life. You have to identify what's the cycle that need to be broken in your life. Remember, God has given all of us the power to be delivered and to get the wisdom and the knowledge that we need for the cycles that need to be broken. Here is the information that I would say and that I am able to give to friends now, is that once you know that these are cycles that have been existing, even if it's personal, even if it's dealing with family, even if it's dealing with yourself. You have to understand now, how do you show up and continue to be positive? How do you show up and continue, okay, to live through it? Remember, friends, certain things I don't even know all the answers to, but the one thing I know the answer to is, God, if you grant me the strength and the power to live through it, and as you give me the wisdom, the proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, then I shall walk through it in victory, okay? Not in doubt, not in murmuring, okay, and not in complaining. Those were some of the ways that I used to connect in my particular life. Yes, I did not understand that these things was hindrance. One thing about life, life is granted to all of us to live and to grow and to learn from life experience. But when life begin now, or appear to be hitting hard, and you don't know what to do, and it may seem very difficult, okay? It may feel like that is a challenging situation, because I'm not going to deny anyone feelings, because now I don't deny my own feelings. I realize that I have to get from out of the ego part, and I'm talking spiritual now, to connect up to the divine power and say, God, what will you have me to do? Or what will you grant me to do about this generation of cycle? Here is the quiet moment that you have now to write down, jot down, journal the important information that you will receive. one thing about how the divine source can work for any of us is that God knows all the plans. God knows all the secrets, all the promises for your life. The only thing that individuals now can do, okay, for you is be like a guiding point for you and be like an individuals knowing that they are assigned, okay, to the journey in their life to activate and now to give you possibly the things you need in order to get or to get the healing or to break those particular cycles from off of your life. This is a life journey. Remember to be patient with yourself, to take your time, by the way, of what you need to learn. Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning. And remember that you, okay, you can do all things through the Most High that strengthen you, because when the Most High give you the strength, that's the one thing you want to lead on. When the Most High give you the strength to power through it, then you shall prevail if you believe. The only way generation of cycles can be broken, and for you to understand, even if you cannot change the situation, but you've broken the mindset. If you live in the state of like poverty, okay, that mindset of doubting, that mindset of not having the self-esteem, the mindset always murmuring, always complaining, that mindset to where about you don't believe enough according to your journey and the inner work that has been presented to you to do. Everybody have inner work, okay, that is being what you call giving to each individual. I had to learn from generational cycles about this. Some individuals don't complete the assignment of understanding generation of cycles. Therefore, some individuals can exit out of this earthly realm not even, okay, completing that assignment. They completed the end of the life that God have granted them to live, but they did not what you call complete, okay, the assignment of getting what you call the proper understanding, how to break those particular cycles. How you break those cycles, it depends on you, and it depends on how far you're willing to go to get that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you need. I am in now the season of my life to give back, to pour back into individuals, okay, that may possibly want it, not to force it on anyone. What do I do right now in my particular life? It's all about, for me, standing right alignment, understanding that, listen, I am protected by the Most High no matter what is going on and operating around me that may trigger generation of cycles, and even that will come to put fear in my mindset. Remember, God is not what you call the deliverer of fear, but God give all of us the power, okay? There's a bug flying around as well, and it is completely big. Yes, it really is. Do y'all see it? This is live, friends. Yes, but God does not give us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. I want to complete what I'm saying, because remember I stated that I will be coming back this whole entire, week to talk about, generation of cycles, because I want to be able to allow individuals to know that you're not alone. Before you begin to think that you are alone and things, just remember you're not alone. There are helpers, there are individuals to assist in your personal journey, okay? Based on what you need. You just have to take advantage of those particular tools, those particular opportunities to get a healing. On another different topic, I want to share with my friends, I found myself in the beginning of the particular week, making sure that I was getting the right things that I needed, okay, to be helpful for someone else, but it applied to me. In the midst of getting the information that I needed and things, it was told to me to make sure you take care of yourself. And that is something that is always and will be told to not just me, but to you too, if you know that you're a spiritual helper that help individuals, because you can get so caught up and consumed with other individuals' issues and problems because you want the best for individuals, but then somehow you forget to take care of yourself and it become waiting, like a weight upon you. So in saying that and things, I just want my friends to know that, listen, your purpose in life, your purpose in life is all about making a difference, okay, in who God chosen you to be. You have a purpose here in life. And when you identify with your particular purpose, then that's when you'll understand that power of love and peace and light and that power to forgive that bring healing, okay, for the cycles, okay, that we did not even understand. No one is counted out. That's the one thing now that I am thankful to understand. I used to look at things from the atmosphere of darkness and demonic, and I still do, okay? But I realize certain things are generational cycles that even if an individual don't want to do the work on, you just remember that their soul may be trapped right now, but God still have the power in order for them to evolve from that trapped souls. Do you know that certain souls are trapped to where about they don't even want to help? Even if the help is there, even if the wisdom and knowledge and understanding is there to understand about generation of cycles. Therefore, you have to protect yourself from particular energies, okay, that will basically waste your time, okay, and then that energy can get attached to you because it wants to make you feel unwhole and unhealed. And if your generation of cycles and knowing that you have tapped into because God granted to you to learn it, that now that it can basically bless somebody else. Don't get caught up into that. Don't try to figure out whether or not it's working. It's working if you're being accountable. It's working if you're doing the inner work. The keys to the success in life, I come to my own realization, is that it's all spiritual for me. The individuals that is here to exist and to give information, it's like going to the doctor. The doctor can give you the tools of what you need to do and what you need to, to take, or if anything is prescribed to you. But now the doctor can't not follow you home, okay, and force you to do any of those things. And then even after the doctor have told you something, okay, it's up to you to identify the benefits of possibly what it will do. Just say if you don't follow none of the doctor's particular order, in which you don't have to, it's a suggestion. And just say that you're one of these individuals. Now you're saying, you know what, I'm just going to tap and tune in to that divine source that created me, okay, because I believe heavily upon that. You still got to pay attention to the principles and the laws, okay, that applies to your journey and things. In other words, you have to apply something in order to stay elevated from the generation of cycles that want to try to circle back around, okay, and take control of your life. Fear is not healthy for the soul. I leave my friends in peace and light and love. Blessings and power unto everyone. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for coming in. Remember to thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel. I will continue to come here to be positive and to make a difference, okay, in my particular life journey as well as other. One thing about going live on YouTube, I never know what audience that can appear just to, streaming or seeing me pop up. But nevertheless, I am thankful and appreciated that individuals that do come here and can appreciate the message. I also want to say is that I am still growing and evolving, and I appreciate that I can identify with generation of cycles and being willing and being open enough now to just share from my own life experience. I don't know everything, but I am aware of generation of cycles. I am aware how that they can be broken. I'm also aware, and I want to tell my friends this, whatever that you cannot break, Accept the fact that God is giving you life to live through it. That's power. Blessings and power unto you, friends. Once again, have a great and an amazing day. For the individuals that have came in and wrote comments and everything, I appreciate you, as well, especially the positive souls that understand. I don't want to chase a rabbit, but chasing a rabbit is this, getting off the conversation, but I'm going to come back to it. I want to say this on this, talking about generational cycles. I know that a lot of healing is going on. I know that individuals are in tune to right alignment. This I know because the Holy Spirit or the divine source would have not put it in my spirit. I know completely that individuals do not want to remain the same, of trying to get an understanding. Why is it that the healing that they're commanding from God, why is it that it's not happening, even if it's not you or through a loved one or through your family members? Why did individuals had to go through certain things? I understand that God is giving answers right now. And what God is doing is basically allowing me to know is that certain things, some individuals came here to do the work, whether or not they do the work or not, but they came here, okay, to be who God is allowing them to be, but God is giving them that wealth of information of how to live through some things. I believe that. That doesn't mean just because you now is going through anything or the generation of cycle may seem difficult, you feel like that there is no healing, there is, no what you call help and things. And actually, God have given us everything that we need. We just have to learn how to apply it. And Lord, is this my journey? Is this something that you gave me to live through it? And if it is, then my granting will be to live in peace, light, and joy at all times. All right, friends. Thank you. I appreciate you. And when I say I do, I do. Blessings and power unto you, friends. I really appreciate you. I'm just trying to see everybody beautiful comments and things. I do. Friend, I don't sell. My friends say, how can they send donation? I don't accept donations, friend. I'm just a vessel that I live off the blessings that God already have, flowing in my particular life and everything. But if you're being led by God to sow, that's different. That's something you take it to the Lord in prayer, and things, and you sow what you like to sow. But I am not the one to come here and say sow a seed or, bless me because of the insight that God is giving me. But I do not stop individuals, from being a blesser. Just let me say that, okay? Thank you, Doe, for, asking that. Thank you. Thank you. All right, friends, blessings and power unto you. Remain positive and keep your faith. Thank you so much. Thank you.